Meet Simba. Before the rescuer took him to a hospital, he was first found on the sidewalk in such a poor state. As he was starving for a while, nobody had any idea about his background or whether he had an owner or not. One thing was clear, that he needed help. What would exactly happen next to Simba? Would he be adopted after everything was over? And be sure to keep watching. When Simba was first found in a dire state, Simba had a large tumour in his ear, causing his head to tilt, severe balance issues, and an infection so deep that 5 days of intensive treatment at the vet couldn't resolve it. The infection was relentless, and the tumour was firmly rooted, making it impossible to remove through standard procedures. Simba's only chance was a complex surgery to remove the tumour in his ear canal, a life-altering procedure that would cost him hearing in one ear. The stakes were high, but so was the will to save him. The morning of the surgery was filled with both hope and fear. It was a last resort, but it had to be done. Hours later, the veterinary team emerged with news. The surgery was successful. The tumour had been removed entirely. It was a massive growth, likely causing unbearable pain for Simba, but now the road to recovery could finally begin. But there was another surprise waiting. During the surgery, the veterinarians discovered that Simba wasn't a boy after all. Simba was a girl. With this revelation, Simba was lovingly renamed Holly, a fitting name for her new beginning. As if the situation wasn't difficult enough, Holly faced yet another battle. Following her surgery, she tested positive for panleukopenia, a highly contagious and often fatal viral disease in cats. Panleukopenia attacks a cat's immune system, making recovery an uphill battle. It's a disease that leaves even the strongest cats vulnerable, but Holly had already proven she was a fighter. With close monitoring and specialised care, Holly began her recovery. The head tilt caused by the tumour remained, but there was hope that in time she would regain her balance. Every small improvement was celebrated, a testament to her resilience and the incredible efforts of her caregivers. Holly spent a month in the hospital, where every day brought progress. Her leg, which had required additional care, slowly began to heal. Bandage changes every 3 days became part of her routine, but she handled it all with a grace that inspired everyone around her. Finally, the day everyone had been waiting for arrived. Holly was discharged from the hospital. Though her journey wasn't over, her leg was still healing and she required continued care. She was ready to take the next step in her recovery. Holly is now thriving in her foster home. Each day her strength grows and her personality begins to shine. Despite everything she's been through, Holly's spirit remains unbroken. Her head tilt may never fully disappear, but it's a small reminder of how far she's come. Holly's ready to find her forever home. She's up for adoption and could even travel to the US starting next month. For someone willing to open their heart, Holly will be the perfect companion, a living reminder of resilience, hope, and the power of love. Holly's journey has been one of hardship and triumph. It's a story of a cat who fought against all odds, of a veterinary team that refused to give up, and of the people who believed in her when she needed it most. Holly's recovery would not have been possible without the help of rescuers and the donors who helped cover the high costs of her treatment. Her story is a reminder of the importance of supporting rescue efforts and providing second chances to animals in need. It is a powerful reminder that every animal deserves a chance at life, no matter how difficult the road may seem. From her days of pain and uncertainty to her incredible recovery, Holly has shown us what resilience and love can achieve. Thank you for being a part of Holly's incredible journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring rescue stories. Together we can change lives, one animal at a time.